So we'll move down underneath the car and need to get this plastic under tray off. So there are some spin and pop out clips, and there are some bolts as well running along, and some down at the back there as well. So I think they're 8 or 10 mil, and it should get that tray off. So we'll start to take that off now. It feels like it could. The brake? Yeah.
Keep going, yeah.
Yeah, and then separate it with that tool. That'll do it. That's it. That's it. There we go. There we go. That's it. We'll just slide that back behind you. The car, now that the tray's away, we have the oil sump, and there is the sump plug, and it's a 17 mil socket. So he's going to drain it now. That'll just go by hand now, probably. If you take that spanner off, you don't need that ratchet anymore. Oops. We're going to try and get this crush washer off here so we can replace it with a new one, but it's a bit crushed, so difficult to get off. There we go, one crush washer removed, ready for the new one. So we've checked the threads on this, it's all fine. We're not going to use the crush washer that came with the Malay filter because we have our own crush washers. So we'll put a new one. So now that the engine oil is draining, we're going to have to remove the oil filter, and hopefully that'll help it all completely drain. We'll loosen this cap up here first as well, just to make sure there's no vacuum effect. I'll come back to that. Now that the oil filter is draining, we will loosen the oil filler cap so that there's no vacuum effect. That's just nice and loose, and we'll just let it sit there, and we're going to have to go for the oil filter in there now. So we'll take off this engine cover. So we'll have the oil filter there. It's just going to be a socket. We'll figure out what size it is. And as you can see there, it is rated to 35 Newton meter. There we go. So we'll get this filter out. A wee shake there before you pull her out. Shake the oil off it. There we go. So there's the old oil filter out. It still looks like it's in good condition, which is a bonus. So we'll change the O-ring here, the O-ring at this end, and we'll put a new Malay filter in, and we'll get it reinstalled back into the car. There's the old filter off. The O-ring off, and then there's a wee one at the very top. That's it. There's both the little filter, the little O-ring in the bag with the Malay washer. There is the fat O-ring that we have taken off there that we need to replace onto the end, and then the bigger O-ring that goes on here on the housing And then there is another O-ring which we assume is for a different variant of car, so we'll not be using that. Okay, so we have the small O-ring now fitted, and we'll just put a wee bit more oil around that before we reinstall it back into the car. And then I'll put the bigger O-ring on. So before we install the new filter, I always like to just double check it is the same filter, exactly the same in every way, and it totally is. And in these ones it doesn't matter which way up it goes, but we'll put the writing upwards like it was on the original. Okay, so that's that fitted and ready for reinstallation. So we have some new oil, although the dirty oil is fine, and we're just gonna make sure there is plenty of oil around that O-ring so that it's not a nightmare to take off the next time, and to help it seal. And the wee O-ring at the end as well. To 35 Newton meters to tighten up that oil filter the rest of the way. And then we'll clean it off. Still a wee bit to go yet. Not yet. That's going to be it in a minute. Okay, you're going to use some brake clean here just to clean it up in there so that we can effectively check for leaks at the end. Okay, so that's it all cleaned up down in there. You can tell it's nice and level and tight. It's not cross-threaded, it's on all the way around. And now that it's clean, whenever we start the car, it's easier to check for leaks because we'll see it even more easily. That's us back under the car. The new crush washer on that little sump plug. You're going to go all the way in by hand and then just nip it at the end with a torque wrench. The 35 Newton meters we're going to go for. Just to crush that wee copper washer. Sorry. Alright. Need to hold it a bit further. That's it. That's it torqued up to 35 Newton meters, and then we'll give that a clean with some of the brake clean. So I'm going to give it underneath a bit of a clean there. Not really sure where that oil came from, but give it a bit of a clean so that we can check for leaks again easier once we're ready to go. So just put them 10 mils back in, and along the front here we have a couple of cable ties in as backups because some of the front bolts broke, and the half that broke off stayed inside, and we don't have replacement bolts, so we're not going to be able to drill them out just yet. We'll do that next time. So we've added these cable ties, and we'll tighten them up at the end just to act as a backup to make sure that it can't hang down at the front and catch the wind.
Yeah, I'll squeeze. Then I'll squeeze in.
There we go. We've got a few more of those to do.
That one?
Yeah. There we go. Oops. Yeah, that's just a wee back up there just to make sure. Although it's never going to get caught in the wind because this section overlaps that section anyway. But we'll like to be sure. So that's the under tray all snug back up on again. It's nice and secure. We're gonna get this air filter changed now as well, and see it's 2 clips, and then this body should hinge outwards. There's actually hinges on the back end of it there, so that's it. There is the old filter coming out. It looks like it's in reasonably good shape. And then we'll get the new filter in. Easy peasy. And then line up the 2 back hinges. I'll see if I can get a light. And then just reattach those clips. Okay, so that is the 2 hinges at the back I was referring to there. As you can see, it's in underneath both of them, and both those clips are back on. So that's the air filter changed in 10 seconds. So we'll get her dipped and see what the oil level is. Okay, as you can see there, it is almost full. It's just below the full line, and the empty line is down there, so there's about 1/4 of a litre shy to bring it up to full. It would be absolutely fine to leave it like that, but since we have the 1/4 litre, we might just go ahead and bring it up to full. Yeah, so it's getting the same reading both times. Just about 1/4 of a litre off the full mark. And that's her all done.